With the NFL trade deadline coming up, the question is, will the Steelers make a move on another wide receiver? 3 wide receivers came up that the Steelers may have interest in, and they are Mike Williams from the Jets. Mike Williams, odd man out in New York, been on the back burner, and now that Devontae Adams is on the team, he's really low on the depth chart. You got Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton played against the Steelers recently, so the Steelers got to see him in action. And the one that I think people think that the Steelers are most interested in is Courtland Sutton from the Denver Broncos. Courtland Sutton being the better wide receiver out of those three, names. And Courtland Sutton do have chemistry with Russell Wilson, Steelers quarterback now. So, you got the past history with Courtland Sutton and Russell Wilson. They was going deep. He throw some deep shots and things like that. Russell Wilson trusts Courtland Sutton. You've seen him make big plays at the end of games in Denver and things. So the chemistry and things like that, he just got to get familiar with the playbook with the Steelers and things like that, learn his role, and go from there. So, the trade deadline is coming up, man. It's only a couple days away. And the Steelers are looking to add some production. Roman Wilson, the rookie that they drafted, is on IR. His season may be just about over. Who knows? Maybe he can get back in action towards the end, get on the moving train, as Mike Tomlin would call it. It'll really be moving at that point in time. There's other names going around too. Adam Thielen, Jacoby Myers, his name is floating around as well. The Raiders are really doing too much. So it's going to be interesting to see, man, what the Steelers do before the deadline. Because if you look at the wide receiving core, man, George Pickens being the top man, in the core, but guys have been stepping up. You seen Calvin Austin, step up, Van Jefferson, so Darnell Washington was even put into the mix. I know he's a tight end, but that also helps out the receivers, when you got to account for a big tight end like that, Pat Freiermuth. So, the pass game has been picked up, with Russell Wilson behind under center, and you just want to see it improve, if you're the Steelers. So if you can get a guy, Courtland Sutton being the best one, man, you get Courtland Sutton, man, and that will be a nice addition for the Steelers. But what will you have to give up for a Courtland Sutton? And I think that's something that Omar Khan is trying to work. Omar Khan is trying to work his magic and things. That's what he do, trying to get a productive player without giving up that much. You seen that with the Brandon Ayuk thing, was interested but not trying to go all the way. Probably the same with the Devontae Adams, but he wanted to play with one of his other quarterbacks, Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers. And there was other players that was out there to be had, DeAndre Hopkins and things like that. Don't know if Omar Khan wanted to give up, that compensation. I don't think D Hopkins went for much, but he's working his magic like he do. And we'll just have to see, man. It's like I said, it's days away, it's coming up, and everybody's wondering what the Steelers are going to do before the deadline at wide receiver. There's other positions that people say, the Steelers can do some things, but wide receiver is the one, especially with the offense moving in the right direction, with Russell Wilson. So trade deadline, few days, few names being out there, floating around out there that the Steelers may have interest in, and we'll just have to see if Omar Khan works his magic and pulls the trigger on another wide receiver. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bells to get all the new videos. And until next time.